Welcome to the broadcast of Northview Wildcat Athletics. It's the pregame show brought to you by Tool Construction, Frames Unlimited, LVC Financial, Jirash Heating and Cooling. Also brought to you by New Beginnings Restaurant, Team IT. It's time now for the Northview Wildcat pregame show. We will be live on air in just a moment, where we'll take a look at scouting reports from both teams, coaches' interviews, and much more. Glad you could join us. We'll be right back after some messages from our gracious sponsors. For all your home improvement services, check out Northview grads Greg and Darcy Tool at toolconstruction.com or their Tool Construction Facebook page. You can call them at 616-443-2284. Greg is a licensed and insured builder and has owned the business for 15 years. Call them today for a free estimate. Check out New Beginnings Restaurant, located at 5200 Northland Drive. Dine in or call for takeout at 616-988-9650. Great food at a great price. Open daily 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. New Beginnings Restaurant.
I don't know, but it sounds to me like that Griffin man with the ball. He'll have himself a ball.
Good evening, high school basketball fans, and welcome to tonight's broadcast of Northview Wildcat Basketball. Coming to you live from Northview High School, Grand Rapids, Michigan, for this OK White matchup between these two neighborhood rival schools, Forest Hills Northern and Northview. Huskies trying to play spoiler tonight as they head 7 miles north up the Beltline for the short trip to Northview High School. Hello everyone, I'm Mike Diebold along with my guest analyst tonight, Trevor Chalmers. We welcome you to the pregame show. The Battle of the Beltline here at Northview tonight as we start the second round of games in the OK White. I'd like to bring in my guest analyst tonight, former player and coach at Northview, player of mine in the early 90s, the only coach at Northview to win a conference title and coaching and playing in one, Trevor Chalmers. Trevor, welcome back to the broadcast. Snuck that one in there.
Yeah, that's, every time you say that, it just kind of blows my mind a little bit. I don't know if that's good or bad, but it's definitely unique. So, thank
history.
you. Yeah.
Not too many coaches that have played here or go on coaching here. You, Tim Felix, at the JV level. Myself, that comes to mind. That's it, I think.
Yeah.
So, for whatever reason, they don't end up coaching here, but they've coached elsewhere and coach at the lower levels. So you've seen the Wildcats a couple games this year. You're busy watching son swim meets and things like that. You're being a good dad now, so taking away from watching basketball.
Yeah, no, we just talked about that before we jumped on the broadcast. The last time I saw them in person was the Catholic Central win, but I talked to Coach Felix almost daily about hoops and how his team's doing and how the varsity's doing. And like I shared with you, I'm excited to see how the youngsters around this core group have improved since earlier in the season. I know EJ, Cam, and Brady are carrying the load for the most part, so I'm looking to see the growth from the guys around them.
All right. Well, Northview coming off a big emotional win at the 2K24 showcase at Aquinas College versus the fourth-rated team in the state, North Farmington. Cats 3-1 versus state-rated teams this year and have a couple more coming up. Saturday versus Ann Arbor Huron, a game we'll have for you tomorrow. And league foe Grand Rapids Christian coming up here next Friday at Kelvin University. That game has been moved. We'll have more on that later. Forest Hill Central the week followed by Grand Rapids Christian again at Northview the next day. It's getting real quick here, Trevor. Have you ever had where you had to play 7 games in 14 days and showcase games on Saturdays? That can't be easy.
No, I can't imagine. I sat down with Coach Chana as he was building this schedule back in the spring, and I just shook my head. But he stuck true to his beliefs. You know, he wants to play anybody, anywhere, and
anytime.
So he'll strap him up, and he wants to put our guys against everybody's best and prepare them for the postseason.
So as we mentioned, Trevor, 7 games in 14 days will all but decide the OK White Championship. If not, we have 2 more last regular season games at Northview versus Byron Center and Greenville at the 3rd week in February to decide the champion or champions of the OK White. And then you get right into districts the last week of February. It used to always be, it was March when districts started. We're in the last week of February, flip-flopping with the girls. The guys are going first with districts, then the girls. So it's getting real quick here.
No, it's a fun time of year because the number of games are happening faster, the practices are less, and you get to practice really briefly and compete. And you're competing, and the guys really love this time of season, and I think the coaches do. It leans on more scouting than team building, so it's fun.
All right, well, let's go ahead and take a look at the scout for the Forest Hills Northern Huskies. They come into this game versus Northview trying to play spoiler with the Cats. Cats looking to get their 3rd straight OK White title, which would tie a school record. That only happened one other time in Northview history, 84 through 86. There was a 3-peat, 2 different coaches. Huskies have had a history of success themselves in the last 11 years in the OK White. Northern has won or shared the titles 5 times, tied for the most with Forest Hill Central, who also has 5. Northview has 3. And again, the reason why those don't add up to 10, adds to 13, is because there's been many shared titles. Forest Hills Northern won those league titles in a 3-peat, 2019 to 21 with the Ethan Erickson, who's lighting it up at Ferris State. Also won in 2013 and 14 back-to-back. Forest Hills Northern is on a 6-game losing streak to Northview. Northview beat them twice in the regular season last year by an average of 23 points and ended the Huskies seasons twice in the last 3 years in districts. Huskies have lost 6 of their last 9 games this season. Last game these 2 teams played about a month ago on January 5th, Northview beat the Huskies at Northern 64 to 38. This year the Huskies host districts at Forest Hills Northern, so these 2 teams could meet again this year. This game tonight, 2 school records can be tied for Northview with a win. More on that a little later in the show. Head coach, longtime dean of head coaches, Joe Souls for Northern. They have a record of 6-7 overall, 2-4. They're 6th place in the OK White right now. Good wins for Forest Hills Northern this year. They beat Lowell handily by 22. Only lost to Rockford by 8. Also beat Forest Hills Eastern by 17. That's a state-rated Rockford team again. They lost Tuesday to Caledonia 64-61. And as I mentioned, the Huskies have lost 7 of the last 9 games dating back to the last Northview game when Northview played them. They average 56 points a game, give up 59 for a -3 scoring differential. Probable starters, sophomore Kyle Brown, the leading scorer on the team as a sophomore, had 17 last game against Northview, one of the better sophomores in the area. We have 2 of the better sophomores in the area on this floor tonight, Kyle Brown and Cam Ryans of Northview. Junior Moody DeHabra did not score last game versus Northview. He was 0 for 4 from the free throw line. Senior Drew DeBaja did not score last game. And 6'8" Joey Angok had 7 points. Last game versus Northview, was the 2nd leading scorer in that game. He's got good size. He's a stretch 4 and good rebounder. Off the bench, Northern play a lot of players. John Bardelli, Sam Bogiano, who I heard is injured and might not be playing in this game. Sam DeRoos, Peyton Pascal, Cam Chowder, and Tyler Fuss, I believe, is going to be starting in place of Med Giannis, who I also heard is injured in this game and may not play. Huskies much improved offensively this year as compared to the last couple of years. They've had some 5 games in the 60s and 70s. They're in a little scoring slump right now. They will jack up the three from a variety of different players. They like to shoot the three ball, and last game did not shoot it very well. Huskies will mix these up, a staple of Coach Souls. They give you a lot of different looks. They'll throw a lot of things at you. They play man, 1-3-1 zone, half-court traps, three-quarter court presses. Probably a little more half-court pressure this year because the Cats are so good in the open court. They'll probably slide it back to half-court. When we come back, we'll take a look at the Northview Wildcats. Thank you, sponsors of Northview Athletics, The Score Restaurant, Mike Marsman, Treadstone Mortgage, Ken Jansen of Lake Michigan Insurance Agency, Brandy Block of Green Ridge Realty, Lake Michigan Credit Union, Cutting Edge Builders, Tool Construction, Quality Express Care Center, Lindy Tanis of Tanis Home GR, Legend Signs, Flo's Pizza, Jones Construction, Christian Koff Fundraising, Shannon Swartz of Pure Point Mortgage, Woodland Airstream, Straight Line Fence, Real Food Cafe, AIC Insurance Services, All Flow Plumbing, Applebee's, Golf Cars Plus, Design One Salon and Spa, Discount Home Improvement, Keller Williams, LaFontaine Ford of Grand Rapids. Thank you for your sponsorship. And we are back. Let's go ahead and take a look at these Northview Wildcats under head coach David Channa. They're 11-1 on the year, 4-0, tied with Grand Rapids Christian for first place. Average 62 points per game, give up 45 per game for a plus 17 scoring differential. They're led by the big three, all-conference, all-state players. Senior point guard E.J. Ryans averages 13 points per game. 6'4" sophomore Cam Ryans averaging 20 points per game, leading rebounder at 7 points per game. One of the better sophomores in the state. He's put up games of 33 and 31 points already, about 5 games in the 20s. And then 6'5" Brady Swartz averaging 18 points per game. Other starters, Jack Van Proyen, Izzy Hatibu. They'll come off the bench with Anthony Willis and Jake Johnson. Last game versus North Farmington, the Cats beat the number 4 state-rated team, the Raiders, 57-51. Turned things up behind us, behind our scouting here, doing a little military recognition night like they always do here at Northview, so you might hear some of that going on in the background. But in that North Farmington game, Brady Swartz led all scorers at 25 points, earning MVP honors in that showcase game, where Northview will be back there tomorrow at 1:30. We'll be on air at 1:10 for you. Also in double figures scoring was Cam Ryans. E.J. Ryans added 12. Cam had 14. Northview shot 63% from the field in that game. Brady from 3, 5 of 8. Northview was 5 of 8. Brady 4 of 5 from behind the arc. Also added 6 rebounds, 2 clutch free throws late in the game to seal the win. Cam Ryans, 9 rebounds, 3 of 6. Jack Van Proyen had 7 rebounds and 5 first-half points. Northview survived 21 turnovers in that game for some big-time pressure that they saw with that athletic, lengthy North Farmington team. Just kept coming at them. Cats shot 50% from the field. Big win versus number 4. Last game versus Forest Hills Northern, the Cats won 64-38 at Northern, a big 26-point win. Cam and Brady each had 20 points for Northview. EJ had 12. Izzy Atibu had his career high at Northern with 7 points. Northern's leading scorer, sophomore Kyle Brown, with 17. Northern shot just 33% from the field, only 1 of 13 from behind the three-point arc, only 3 of 13 from the free throw line. They also coughed the ball up 21 times, leading to Northview's 24 points off their turnovers. 48 free throws combined were shot in that ball game. It was a foul fest, took forever. Cats are shooting 69% from the free throw line this year, just 1 percentage point behind a school record here at Northview at 69.5%. And that was the 88 team, Dwight Anderson's team. Earlier in the week, I had a chance to talk with Northview head coach David Channa about this game, as well as some of last week's game. Here's head coach David Channa. Coach, let's take a look back last Saturday versus North Farmington, number 4 team in the state. They were undefeated at the time. Brady Swartz, 25 points, MVP of that game. He hit some big threes late in the game. He hits 2 big free throws late in the game. And you guys shot 63% from behind the arc. You survived coughing up the ball 21 times, 21 turnovers, but a big win at the 2K24 showcase. What a ball game.
Yeah, that was another stressful one for us. We knew it was going to be a tough game just because, the level of players they have. They had 2 guys who were, McDonald's All-American finalists. They're on the ballot, and then their post player might have gave us more problems than those 2 did. So talent-wise, top to bottom, you understand why they're a top 5 team in the state, and highly competitive, multiple Division I guys. I think looking back on it, I'm proud of our kids, man. We watched a lot of film on them, and a lot of guys tried to sit back and methodically win that basketball game. Other teams that have played them, and we kind of just said, screw it, we're going to go after them. We're going to press them. We're going to trap them and say, we're going to go out swinging. Our kids responded. So it was a fun game, stressful one for sure, but, definitely proud of our boys. And to be even more honest, I'm just as proud of, the Northview community. For a Saturday 8:30 game, to have that many fans from our school there was impressive. So shout out to you guys.
Yeah, the Wildcat Nation did show up, as you mentioned, in that showcase game. I think they'll do it again this coming weekend. But before that, today we have Forest Hills Northern. Last time you won by 26 points at 3rd place. You ran them off the 3-point line very good because they are a very good shooting team when they get it going. You forced 21 turnovers in that last game against them, which led to 24 points for you guys. And interesting stat, 48 free throws were shot in that game. It was kind of a foul fest, so that's a lot of free throws. And
I forgot about that part, yeah. It was the longest half of basketball I've ever experienced.
I know, that was a long game. Sophomore Kyle Brown for them scored 17 points the last time you guys played, and he was the only person in double figures for them. Your thoughts on Forest Hills Northern?
I think Forest Hills Northern is one of the best coach teams in our league. They're a pain to deal with. A lot of motion stuff that they run. They don't waste their dribble. They're perfectly content with passing it 15, 20 times before they shoot it. And I think the thing that makes them more dangerous is, you mentioned the Kyle Brown kid. He doesn't care about being the guy. They all can shoot it. They all will shoot it if they're open, and they're all capable of making them. So it's not like you're scouting a team that is like, hey, these are the 2 guys, or sets are for them, so on and so forth. You better be good, 5-on-5, especially with your team defense. This is going to be a tough one. They just took Byron Center to overtime and lost by 3. And Byron Center's got a Division I post, a Division II post, and you saw when we played them, they're as good as it gets too. So Northern is trending up right now, and we got some work to do.
Yeah, that should be a good one. Kyle Brown, a sophomore for Forest Hills Northern, one of the better sophomores in the area, and you have one also, Cam Ryan. So 2 really good young players will be showcased in that ball game. Coach, well, good luck with it.
Thanks a ton, Coach. Appreciate it.
And that was head coach David Chen of the Northview Wildcats. Other games in the OK White. East is at Byron Center. Greenville is at Grand Rapids Christian. Forest Hill Central at Lowell. Other good games in the area, South Christian at Grand Rapids, Catholic Central, and the gold, that's always a good one. Usually means first place. Muskegon Reef Puffers at Muskegon Mona Shores in the green. We have 2 milestones can be reached tonight in the Northview basketball program. E.J. Ryans can tie Kyler Vanderjack for most wins as a player in Northview history, tie him with 64. And Coach Channa can tie me for 3rd place in school history with 77 career wins here at Northview, 3rd place. Both can break the record tomorrow versus Ann Arbor Huron. We'll have that game for you at 1:30, on air at 1:15. Going to turn things over to public dress announcer here at Northview High School. Right now, it's the principal, Mark Thomas, talking about the veterans being honored here.
And before the game, we hosted a veterans dinner. The folks you see here on our court are veterans of military service who have joined us. And I guess at this time I would also ask if we have any other veterans, past, retired, or present, to please stand up. And could we please give them a round of applause for their service. We can never say thank you enough to what our armed service members have done for us. And what's challenging now, and if you've been around schools, you've been around society at all, very easy to see we have a lot of adults behaving badly in our society right now related to politics. Our public schools are not political. Okay, we're not political. All right, but the reason we have the ability to be here, the reason we have the ability to compete tonight with our boys and girls, the reason we have the ability to do this is because of veterans and people who fought for these freedoms. And we need to remember that. And I don't care whether you are green and white, maize and blue, red or white, whatever your persuasion might be, we're all red, white, and blue when it comes to we need to start to remember things that bring our country together and form the foundation of this country, as opposed to focusing on things that tear us apart. And so tonight, we're so pleased to be able to do this with Forest Hills Northern, with our Northview people, to be able to say thank you, to be able to say let's appreciate tonight for what it is. An opportunity for our young men and young women to come together, compete against each other, for our communities to come together, in realization that we have something very special and very fortunate, and thanks to our veterans for helping provide that to all of us. So one more round of applause, please. Thank you. We also have our varsity girls basketball players here under the direction of their coach, Coach Snyder. We have our varsity boys team. I would certainly invite out the Forest Hills Northern players. If you'd like to come out and line up as well, please feel free. We'd love to have you. And then it's my honor to introduce one of our seniors who is going to lead us, and she is going to sing the national anthem for us tonight. And please welcome Lucy Gaiman.
And that was Lucy Damuth here at Northview. And then the first speaker was the principal at Northview, Mark Thomas, talking about the veterans and honoring them here as Northview quite often does. And now we're going to turn things over to Nick Smith, the public address announcer here at Northview, for the starting lineups for both teams.
visitors from Forest Hills Northern. Sophomore, number 3, Kyle Brown. Junior, number 10, Moody DeHabra. Senior, number 20, John Bartelli. Junior, number 24, Joey Engel. Junior, number 34, Tyler Fuss. Head coach is Joe Scholes, assisted by Corey Anderson. Get together, give our Wildcats a warm welcome. Here's tonight's starting lineup. Sophomore, number 0, Cam Rose. Sophomore, number 2, Jack Van Rooyen. Junior, number 3, Brady Scott. Freshman, number 12, Izzy Hatibu. Senior, number 5, EJ Ryan. Head coach of the Wildcats, David Chino, assisted by Joey Angela, Aaron Brooks, and Roman Johnson.
All right, we're about ready to get things started here at Northview. OK White matchup, 2 neighborhood rivals ready to go at it. I'm sure you heard clearly those starting lineups, so I won't bore you and redo them. Wildcats in their white uniforms, red trim. Forest Hills Northern with their red, or with their black uniforms and light blue trim. Northview will be starting out shooting free throws. Technical foul for dunking the basketball on Forest Hills Northern in the pregame. EJ Ryans was going to miss the first free technical foul. I believe this is twice now. I think the first game of the year Northview started out with being able to shoot free throws. Well, there was a book error. I think someone was in the book wrong, different number. This one for dunking in pregame. Don't quite often see that called.
That's an outdated rule.
Yes.
They got to get rid of that. Well, how do we police it or anything like that?
And what you're afraid of is breaking the rim or something just before the game, and all of a sudden you got a 2-hour delay for the game, but who knows. Wildcats will have it with a 1-0 lead. Cam Ryans has it. He's going to put up a 3 early from the left wing. No good. Rebound Angok for the Huskies. Walking it up will be John Bardelli running the point here. A couple players out for Forest Hills Northern. Medjanis as well as Sam Bogiano with injuries. They play a lot of guys anyway. It's usually 11, maybe more like 9 this evening. Long possessions for Forest Hills Northern. Try to limit the number of possessions in this ball game. Northview, your betting man, a pretty heavy favorite. Beat them by 26 first time these two teams played. And they're still messing around with the basketball. This is where a lot of people say we need a shot clock in high school basketball. But not easy at times to take care of the basketball for long stretches against this Northview defense, and it is a turnover, as we just said. Not easy to take care of the basketball against this pressure, and they turn it over. Northview will have it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate turnover, but it took a minute off the clock.
There
So
you
2
go.
shots and a minute of play. And I think that's right in Coach Soul's wheelhouse.
EJ Ryans has the basketball for Northview. Van Proyen tries to get it into Cam. Cam does a nice job of coming back to it, saving what would be a turnover. Van Proyen gets it over to Brady Swartz. Brady to Hatibo, top of the key. Cam Ryans baseline gets cut off nicely by Northern. Good defense by Northern. EJ Ryans probes in the lane and cuts him off. Finds his brother Cam too long. on the three, and Angok away with the rebound. He's going to push it up the court himself. 3 ball on the way by Northern. Nothing but net by Kyle Brown. The good sophomore for Forest Hills Northern, the leading scorer for Northern. And Northern has the early lead, 3-1.
Looks like they're jumping into a 3-2 or 1-2-2 zone.
They'll mix a lot of things up, Forest Hills Northern will. Make you prepare and get organized, which takes a little bit more time off the clock getting organized. Brady Swartz says, we don't need no organization. I'm just going to shoot a 3 from the left baseline and knock it down. Brady Swartz on fire from 3 in the last couple games.
Yeah, that's the weak area against that zone. That bottom corner is exposed with only 2 guys on the baseline.
Yep, the 1-2-2. You got 3 people way up above the free throw line. The baselines are vulnerable. Speaking of vulnerable, Kyle Brown knocks down another 3. 6-4 as the Cats have given up 2 threes. They did a good job of running them off the three-point arc in that first game earlier a month ago at Northern. Swartz swings around. Hatibu gets it to E.J. Ryans. E.J. top the key. Van Proyen swings it right side. Cam could put up a 3 if he wanted to. He's missed a couple. He chooses to swing it around. Brady Swartz has it now. Good ball movement by the Wildcats. Side to side, which is what you want. Player movement, ball movement, and they got it. Cam drove baselines, cut off, double teamed. Good defense, and the Northern section of the crowd is liking the Northern defense. The Wildcats having trouble getting a shot off. Crossover dribble by Van Proyen, got 4 feet from the basket. Nice move by Jack, the sophomore. Tight end on the football team, showing his handles right there.
Jack's a strong player on both the basketball court and the football field. Just a tough kid overall.
He will come out of the ball game, into the ball game. Jake Johnson, Mr. Around the Basket, I call him. He's always around the basketball, and he's usually about 4 feet away from the basket. EJ back irons a 3, no good. Cats settling for some threes and haven't hit one. I take that back. Brady Swartz hit one. 6-4 if you're just joining us, about halfway through the first quarter. Northern leads it. Cats started out shooting a technical foul for a pregame dunking by Forest Hills Northern. There we go. We got the pep band coming in here, getting set up here for the Wildcats. Got a guys and girls game here tonight. Brady Swartz stops, pops 15 feet, is short, and the reason he was short is because he was fouled on the arm by Mooney Dahabra with the foul.
Fouls on the Huskies, number 10, Mooney Dahabra. First personal, team third, heavy line shooting 2.
I think Coach Souls is probably in favor of the pace of this game right now. We're almost halfway through this first quarter. Not a lot of possessions.
That's exactly what he wants. Brady misses the first free throw all around the rim. Couldn't get it to go. A good free throw shooter. Brady 75% on the year. Knocks down the second free throw, does Brady. He's got 4 points. Leads Northview. Leading scorer in the game, Kyle Brown with 6, has knocked down 2 threes. The only scorer here early on for the Huskies. Engok behind the backs. Big man 6'9" with his handles, puts up an air ball because Izzy Hatibu says, you're not scoring on me. Cam Ryan's in the open court where he is so good. Ooh, almost a 3-point play. Kind of ducked through a double team. Got it up on the rim, bounced around, came out, but Cam will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Remember we talked about. We're up.
Sometimes a tough challenge when you beat somebody by a significant margin earlier in the season. When you face them again later at home, you think it's going to be a comfortable win, but like Coach Chana said in the pregame, Northern's trending, and so I think they're going to keep this one close.
And the old neighborhood rival thing that may be going away with the new conferences coming up. 7 miles away from each other. These kids know each other in the offseason quite a bit. Missed free throw by Cam. He hit 1 of 2. Tie ball game at 6. Northern going to throw it away. No look pass by Kyle Brown was trying to connect with the Habra. Coming into the game, Drew Dabaja for Forest Hills Northern. Also for Northern, Christian Grandstrom. And they're like a hockey team. They'll come in with fresh lines. They play a lot of people. 3:33 left in this first quarter. A slow start scoring-wise for the Wildcats. EJ baseline drives, double team, cut off, kicks it out. Cam, top of the key. Anthony Willis just into the game for Northview, the freshman. He's going to dribble drive, gets a wraparound, stolen around. Turnover Wildcats. Ball is knocked away. DeBaggio got a piece of it to knock it away. Northern has it. Going to dribble drive in. Grandstrom from the top of the key. They're going to get the foul called on Northview. Brady Swartz, his first foul. Out of bounds, play underneath their own basket. Northern, Angok has to go way out to the Northview end to get it. He's going to dribble all the way to the basket and slam it home. Joey Angok with the slam.
Cam Ryans takes it coast to coast for a layup.
Was that EJ? I think they gave that one too. They look alike this year a lot more than normal.
Right.
They do. They're brothers, of course, but they got more of a hairstyle this year.
I was just going to say
it's
that.
different
You're right.
last year. I get them mixed up a couple times in traffic also. 8-8 ball game here, 2:30. Entertaining first half. Right now, Northern has it in front of the Northview student section in the red, white, and blue, honoring the veterans here is the theme today. Angok is going to get foul called on Anthony Willis, the freshman. It's going to be Northview's second team foul. Northern has 4. They get away. Anthony got blindsided and let a guy get away. John Bardelli with a little floater. And Northern back in the lead, 10-8. Cats kind of in a trap game here. They got a big game against state-rated Ann Arbor Huron in that showcase game tomorrow, which we'll have for you. 3-ball on the way. Brady Swartz falling down. Thought he got hit on the shot. Knocks it down. Cats back in the lead by 1. Minute 50 left in the first quarter. Things starting to heat up scoring-wise a little bit more here. Northview man defense, which they're so good at. Always around state record in holding teams down. In fact, last 2 years they've set the state, or it's not state record, Northview's all-time record for points allowed. Angok fade away, no good, but there's Northern with offensive rebound. Going to get an offensive charge. Christian Granston trying to carve out a little room, a little cheap one. Northview gets the benefit of that call.
That's a tough call.
It is.
I
almost want to teach kids, get them in their chest.
Yes, I almost want to let that one play out. Cam was holding his ground. Offensive players trying to create a little space. Not a lot of bodies flying, just some physical basketball.
Could have been a play on, but Northview gets the benefit of that call. Northview up 1, 11-10, minute 20. EJ Ryans has the basketball. Gets it over to his brother Cam in the right baseline. Cam being checked by Angok. See if he takes him off the dribble. Gets a little room. Angok backed off. Cam pulled up for 3. No good. Cam struggling from behind the arc early on here. Angok, 6'9", with the handles. Izzy Hatibu doing a nice job moving his feet, staying in front. DeBaggio tries to penetrate. Can't get it. Kicks it back outside to Bardelli. Bardelli gets in the lane against Van Proyen. Good defense by Jack without fouling. Doesn't even draw a rim, and Northview comes away with it. EJ in the open court where he's so good. Finds his brother Cam. Assist. Ryans. Score Ryans. Cam with the score. EJ with the assist. 13-10. 3-point lead by Northview. Ties the biggest lead of the game for Northview. 22 seconds left in the first quarter. Wouldn't be surprised if Northern holds, but they're not. They're looking to score. Shot is up and in. Kyle Brown, nice, confident player as a sophomore. Played last year as a freshman for Northern. He scores it. It's 13-12. Going to get a jump ball call. Interesting call. I didn't see it really tied up, but they're going to call a jump ball. It's going to go Forest Hills Northern's way. 5.9 seconds left.
That might play out into Northview's favor. 5.9 seconds. You might not get a great look here, and Northview's going to start the second quarter with the basketball. Cam was in trouble.
Full court pressure now by the Wildcats with only 6 seconds left. They don't want them to get a good look. Into the ball game, Jacob Tuttle. Brown has it, the sophomore for Northern. 2 seconds left, gets it across half court. He's got about a 35-footer. One-handed kind of push shot and doesn't go. And that's going to do it here after one. Northview leads it by one, 13-12. We'll be right back. Trevor Chalmers, Mike Diebold on the call this evening. Check out New Beginnings Restaurant, located at 5200 Northland Drive. Dine in or call for takeout at 616-988-9650. Great food at a great price. Open daily 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. New Beginnings Restaurant. Jarash Heating and Cooling. Call them at 616-647-0084 for all your heating and cooling needs. They are located just off West River Drive in Comstock Park. Ryan and Dave Jarash have owned this local company for over 40 years. Call them for all your heating and cooling needs. Wildcats lead at 13-12 after one. Leading scorers for the Huskies, Kyle Brown with 8, John Bardelli with 2, Joey Angok with 2. For the Wildcats, Brady Swartz leads them with 7, 2 of those 3 balls. Cam Ryans with 3 and E.J. Ryans with 3. So the big 3, all the scoring for Northview. And Kyle Brown, their leading scorer, is the leading scorer in this ball game with 8. He's knocked down 2 threes. Cats will have it against man defense. Northview running their offense. E.J. Ryans gets the handoff from brother Cam, no good from 3. Don't know what the Cats are shooting from 3, but they've got quite a few threes up. Only have hit 2. Brady hit both of them. Angok being checked by Izzy. Now they switch off. Van Proyen's got Angok. Izzy's got the ball handler right now, Bardelli. Tebow, pretty decent challenge, not making it easy on the missed shot by Bardelli. All the way, Cam coast to coast, double clutch, no good. Van Proyen almost secures the rebound, but it's fired out of bounds by Northern as DeHabra just chucked it, went off a Northview player, and so Northern will have it. Cats going in full court pressure up into Temple, trying to get as many possessions in this game as they can. Let their superior athletes, you would say, across the board, get as many possessions in this game as we can. Almost a turnover. Ball's on the floor. Nice job by Northern to retrieve it. Diving on the floor. Over there was DeHabra, saving a possession for Northern. Shot is up, is blocked by E.J. Blocked Bardelli's shot. E.J. going coast to coast the other way. Offensive foul. Long ways away. Couldn't see it, but they're going to get E.J. with an offensive foul on his way to the basket.
You were really kind, I'll say it. I didn't see much there. I guess he's trying to create spaces. He's getting to the hoop, maybe leaning into him a little bit, but, man, you're both going full speed. It's tough to call that one for the defense.
Full court pressure for Northview, kind of a token man defense, full. 6:40 left in the first half. Northview leads it by 1. Northern still has the basketball, a little motion offense, couple passes here and there. Angok might have got away with the walk. He's going to go all the way to the basket. Tough shot by Angok as he was guarded by Izzy pretty well. Northview comes down with the rebound. Northview with the basketball and the 1-point lead. Brady Swartz gets 4 feet from the basket, no good. Izzy with an offensive rebound. Ball was touched. EJ gets it in the backcourt. Now you got a 5-on-4 the other way. EJ with it. EJ to the basket, gets all the way and scores it. EJ Ryan, so good in the open court with contact. Pushes it up to a 3-point lead for the Wildcats now. 5:45 left in the half. Fast moving first half. Bardelli still handling the basketball. Might be a 5 count, getting close. Now the count is starting as he picked the ball up. Ball's thrown away, but saved by Fuss for Northern. Brown couldn't get anything going. EJ with good defense. They get it into Angok. Angok now about the right L. Northern, long possession, doing a good job of taking care of the basketball. Breaks the defense down, got an easy one by DeHabra. He couldn't get it to go. And Jack Van Proyen comes away with the rebound. Gets it to Cam. Cam coast to coast. Cam's going to get to the free throw line as he is fouled in the act of shooting.
A little bit different for Northview in those last few possessions. They're starting to attack the basket a little bit more. You know, Brady is somebody that I'd try and look for if you're trying to get an outside shot. He's the only one that's converted, but everyone else right now might as well just stay consistent, get in the paint, look for scoring opportunities from there.
And get to that free throw line, which they are right now, but you got to convert. Cam Ryan's 1 of 3 at the line right now. Pretty good free throw shooter on the year is Cam. Well, take that back. He's been struggling lately. He's down to 56%. He was in the low 70s early on. Knocks down that free throw. Cam's got 4 points. And the Wildcats lead it by 4, 16-12. 4:55 left. Timeout by Forest Hills Northern. Joe Souls sees things kind of getting, I wouldn't say getting away, but saw the 4-point spread. He's going to call a timeout. Your thoughts early on? You're kind of feeling each other out.
Yeah, I think Northview made a conscious decision after Brown hit those first couple of threes. I hear them yelling, no catch, no catch. So they're trying to make sure Brown's not getting the scoring opportunities. And then a couple defensive breakdowns in the first quarter as well for the open dunk. And then the other little layup out of bounds play. Just a couple guys not paying attention on the backside of that defense led to a couple easy buckets. But they got those 10 points early. They haven't had much of a clean look since.
2 school records could be tied in this game if Northview wins it. One of them, E.J. Ryans, will tie Kyler Vanderjack for 64 wins as a varsity basketball player. And I'm sure he's going to end up beating him eventually. But 64 wins, Kyler Vanderjack in his 4 years. And EJ's on it right now, and he's got 10 more games or so to go, depending on how far they go. And then the other one, 77 wins. Coach David Channa can become 3rd place in wins behind you. You're 2nd in career wins at Northview as a coach. Mike Kaputska on the other side of me here has got the most wins, and he ties me with 77. I also in my 5th year had 77 wins. He's got a few more games to go, so he'll move 3rd place all time. That blows my mind, too, a 5-year coach, you know, is 3rd all time in the storied history of basketball at this place.
That's crazy, but you have some runs like he's had recently, and they start to stack up quick.
Joey Angok has the basketball for Northern. Kyle Brown gets into the lane after a shot fake. Can't get the off glass to go. Brady Swartz with a strong big rebound. He's going to push it up himself. Gets it across the timeline. Gets all the way into the lane. Goes all the way to the basket. Coast to coast. Rebounds it and scores it at the other end. Brady Swartz. Cats got 3 players that do that quite often. EJ, Brady, and Cam will get a rebound and score it at the other end quite often. Kyle Brown swings at Angok for 3. The big man, 6'9", steps out from the left baseline and knocks down his first points of the ball game. Check that. He's got 5 now after that 3 ball. He had a 2. He had the dunk. I forgot about the dunk.
Brady got fouled on a drive there. Looks like he should be shooting 2.
Brady to the free throw line, having a good year overall. Good year at the free throw line. Shoots 75%. I want to reverse my comment with Cam Ryans. Cam's a 65% free throw shooter. I looked at his field goal percentage. I just think 56% is pretty good from the field. But 65 from the line. Brady missed that first free throw, right?
Yes.
Brady missed the first free throw. Given the jinx here. Misses both free throws. Cats having trouble with the free
Izzy
throw
on
line.
the offensive rebound and putback.
Izzy, the freshman, staying alive.
I got to give Coach Felix credit for that. He went with the old cross play, underneath. So Izzy crossed the lane, picked off the other side, got the offensive rebound, put back.
Now, is that called by a coach from the bench, or is that something that's just practice and they just do it?
Coach Felix has already given me the shush sign, but I don't think anyone's listening to this broadcast from the other side. But, yeah, that's a called play.
All right, there we go.
We picked that up from you a long time ago and put it back in. Helped us win some games.
Box out.
Yeah, you're not expecting it all the time when a player's cross block, and you can get some easy ones.
Yep. Kyle Brown gets a block by Izzy Hatibu. Hatibu making his presence known here in the last minute or so. Cam Ryans with the no-look pass from his brother EJ scores it. He's got 6. Cats have got it out to a 7-point lead. Biggest lead of the game. Jake Johnson a little overzealous. Going to get foul about mid-court. Anthony Willis comes into the ball game. 3:18 left in this first half. Going to give Izzy a little breather. Freshman comes in for a freshman. Anthony Willis, more of a guard type, a good three-point shooter. And Izzy, more of a center type, leaper. Does a nice job inside for the Wildcats. 3:18 left in the first half. Come on to the second half. Our second half frames on limited halftime report. We're going to have AD Pat Marsman talking about the other sports going on here, some of our fall sports, what happened, and our winter sports, what's going on in winter sports. So we're going to get to that right away here after a couple commercials. Engot can't get it to go inside, and Cameron Ryans, there we go, coast to coast, gets the rebound, goes all the way, and scores it. Cam Ryans, coast to coast. 24-15, Joe Souls calls a timeout, finds this one starting to slip away a little bit. Nice timeout there by Coach Souls, not his first rodeo.
Nope, I think what I'd be talking about if I was in that huddle right now would be transition defense. They're starting to get a lot of runouts off of missed shots, and that's something that's kind of inexcusable. You should have guys getting back. You know Northview wants to run off that defensive glass, so I'd be getting back, make an emphasis of that.
And when it's the rebounder scoring at the other end,
I mean, there's no
that's
reason.
a problem.
There's no long passes up the court beating you. They're beating you off the bounce, too. And they're tough guys in transition. I'll give them credit for that.
But step in. Someone's got to step in, take care of the basket, and take a charge.
Yep.
But again, easier said than done. They know it's coming, but trying to stop it's a whole other thing. So the Wildcats have bulged it out to a 9-point lead. Last game these two teams played a month ago, Northview beat them 64-38. It's a closer game at the half. Northview kind of got them in the second half, kind of wore them down. And kind of same thing going on here in this ball game. Brown, the sophomore, leading scorer, has it. Gives it off to Bardelli. Bardelli being challenged by the freshman Willis. Bardelli beats Willis. Willis recovers though. Bardelli's got to give it up, gets it to the Brown. E.J. Ryans is checking him. Brown crossover dribble. E.J. lets him go. Brown can't get the left-hander to go. E.J. with the rebound. Pushes ahead this time to Brady Swartz. Brady almost, if he could have controlled the ball, would have had a dunk. E.J. with the three, no good from the pass from Brady. And on the floor with the rebound, a Northern player, and he got fouled. Brady Swartz, I think, just picked up his second foul, if I'm not mistaken. So Northview knows that that's Brady's second. He plays, we're checking 2 fouls. Coach plays it. He doesn't care how many fouls they got. You're playing. Learn to play without fouling. He does it quite a bit. There will be 2-3 fouls. We're expecting people to come out of the game, and they stay in the ball game. And they do a good job of not picking up a stupid foul. Anthony Willis tries to knock the ball off DeHabra. Goes out of bounds right in front of the Northview student section. Pep band next to them. Halftime, we'll have the tunes going. Greg Wells does such a nice job. Mark Lego. Don't see Lego. He's usually up in the trumpet section playing. I don't see him up there, but a lot of people are up there. Full pep band and have that music going for you. as they'll be playing in the background as we have Pat Marsman, the AD here at Northview, talking about Northview athletics here after a couple quick commercials at half. So come on back to that Frames Unlimited. Thank you, Kyle Zimdar. Halftime report. About 30 seconds came off the clock right there. Cheap foul on Northview. Going to be the 5th team foul, so 2 shots for Moody DeHabra as they're over the limit now. The new rule, 5 fouls in the first, in each quarter. They're wiped clean every quarter. Some people liking the new rule, others not. Got to get used to it. Free throw is no good by DeHabra. Entering the ball game is Jacob Tuthill again. Coming out of the ball game is Kyle Brown, their leading scorer. He leaves with 8 points with 1:25 left in this first half. Both free throws are missed by DeHabra. Cam Ryans gets into the lane. Shot is up and good. Cam Ryans taking things over here in this first half. He's got 10 points to lead all scorers. Cats lead it by 11, 26-15, just over a minute in this first half. Motion offense by Northern. Northern had a 3 as Izzy fell down, but DeBaja did not want to take the shot for some reason. Being extra patient is Northern. They get the ball inside to DeHabra. Going to get an offensive foul called on DeHabra. Coach Chalmers shaking his head on that one.
Well, that was
Another
good sell. Well, good sell by Ryans on that. He took a little bit of a bump. So, make the officials call it. They've already demonstrated through the course of the game that they're going to call the offensive foul.
So use it to your advantage. Yep. 26-15, Cats have the basketball, 11-point lead, 34 seconds left in the half. Brady Swartz going to bomb a 3, way too long. Jacked that one up. Not sure that was the shot you really wanted at that time of the game, but he was feeling it. Caught nothing but air. Northern comes away with it. DeBaja gets it over to Bardelli. They spread the floor. High pick and roll. Coach Chanacall picks out for him. DeBaja 3-ball from the left baseline. No good. That hit the support up top. They didn't blow the whistle. And DeBaja comes away with it. I don't think he got it off in time. No, the official away. Joe Souls is yelling, that's a bucket. We'll stay here until we hear what it is, but I don't think that bucket's going to call DeBaja. Should have been called hitting the support system over at the top. It definitely hit that. They let it play. They got the offensive rebound put back. Coach Channa making sure that was not scored, and it's not going to be scored. And so Northview leads it 26-15 at the half. They lead it by 11. They led by 1 after the first quarter. They lead by 11. Quick thoughts on this one, and then we got to have Mr. Marsman taking his seat here during halftime.
I think probably the key to the game is they shut Kyle Brown down. I guess he had those 2 threes early out of the gate, hit another jumper, and he hasn't scored since. So 5 points since that little run to 10. Kind of struggle for Northern going from there.
There's the Wildcat Pep Band with the fight song, Greg Wells, and what 90 people up there or so. Big Pep Band. Good to see them. I miss those. The old days, they were there every Tuesday and Friday.
Yeah.
Certainly on Fridays, and it adds an atmosphere second to none in basketball games. We're going to step away here real quick, and Coach Marsman Pat Marsman will be stepping over here. We're going to take a couple quick timeouts and give some love to our sponsors here. Wildcats lead at 26-15 at the half. Frames Unlimited with many locations. The nearest on Plainfield. Northview grad Kyle Zimdar and longtime Northview supporter Bill Zimdar will provide you with the quality work for all your picture framing needs. Check out their website at framesunlimited.com or call their Grand Rapids North store on Plainfield at 616-364-9529. Frames Unlimited. LVC Financial. Call former Northview grad Ryan Vanderswart and his team at LVZ Financial at 616-394-4994 for all your financial planning needs. LVZ has a hometown atmosphere with the horsepower of a larger firm. Call Ryan for his 25 years of experience or his team today for all your financial planning needs at 616-394-4994. And thank you for your support of Northview Athletics. Thank you, sponsors of Northview Athletic Broadcasts. Tool Construction, Greg and Darcy Tool. Frames Unlimited, Kyle Zimdar. LVZ Financial, Ryan Vanderswart. Jarash Heating and Cooling, Ryan Jarash. New Beginnings Restaurant, Cody Kakos. Team IT, Sam and Brady. Thanks for your support. And we are back here at Northview High School. Let's go over the individual scoring in this first half for the visiting Forest Hills Northern Huskies. John Bardelli with 2 points. Joey Angok, the big 6'9" junior, with 5. Kyle Brown, the sophomore guard, has 8 points for Forest Hills Northern. Only 3 people have scored for the Huskies. Only 4 people have scored for Northview. Izzy Hatibu with 2. E.J. Ryans with 5. Brady Swartz with 9. And Cam Ryans, leading scorer for the Wildcats, with 10. Looking around here. Oh,
He's enjoying the show.
Our AD, Pat Marsman, we're kind of looking. I think he forgot to come on over here. He's enjoying the dancers, dance teams out on the floor right now. He's about 4 feet from it, sitting down on the sidelines, grooving, rocking to the music here at Northview, which he does. He gets very involved. What a great AD.
He's an amazing AD. Talk about a guy that just bleeds red and white, super supportive, wants everyone to perform to the highest level and do everything he can to make it happen.
We're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll see if Coach Chalmers can wake him up here a little bit. We're going to take a quick timeout. Hopefully when we come back right after this timeout, we'll have AD Pat Marsman over here. Jarash Heating and Cooling. Call them at 616-647-0084 for all your heating and cooling needs. They are located just off West River Drive in Comstock Park. Ryan and Dave Jarash have owned this local company for over 40 years. Call them for all your heating and cooling needs. And we are back here at Northview High School, where we got a hold of AD Pat Marsman, who is getting his groove on over there, we noticed, to the dance team. Putting on a spectacular. We got the jazz band here. Very festive here this evening.
Just for you, Mike D. Yeah, I'm happy, man. We got a great crowd. Lots of activities going on. So, yeah, it's rocking in Wildcat country.
Well, let's quickly recap some things that happened. Let's check the fallout. I know you don't have time to go through every single sport, but let maybe highlight some people that really need to be highlighted with an exceptional fall season. What do you got in the fall as far as athletes and teams?
Yeah, Mike, my memory's not very good now that I'm getting old, but the highlight was definitely our girls swim team. They at the state finals, they trophy for top 4. And this is the 4th year in a row our girls have finished in the top 4. We finished 3rd again this year. Had 3 third place and a 4th. So I think maybe six or so all-state girls. So that was definitely the highlight of our fall season.
And now let's talk winter season. I think Northview knows a lot about the basketball team. They get a lot of ink, as they should, because they're so good.
Yep.
And they've been doing it for a while now. What are some others winter sports doing well?
Yeah, so we'll stick with basketball girls. Our girls picked up a real nice win on Tuesday against Christian. We are definitely in a rebuilding mode, as everybody knows, and we're embracing that and working hard to get better every day. Our boys swim team is once again quite strong, competing right at the top of the OK White with EGR and Byron Center. Wrestling team has improved tremendously. We've doubled our numbers there with a new coach. They've picked up a couple nice dual wins in the OK White. Comp cheer has done very well. We're sitting in second right now behind talented Byron Center team. Let me think here. Skiing, unfortunately, has had a rough go at it.
That's got to be tough. What do they do? You just can't ski, right?
Man, they're getting strong in the weight room is about all they're doing right now, unfortunately.
Yeah.
What am I missing here? Wrestling, we have comp. I think that's all of
bowling?
them. I'm sorry, bowling, yes. Our boys team is just a machine right now. They haven't lost yet this year, won all their tournaments. We have 3 teams right now ranked in the state, and boys swim, boys basketball, and boys bowling. We're having a real nice winter. Coaches and kids are all working very hard, so lots of good stuff. And for all our listeners, our Hall of Fame banquet is February 23rd. And our boys will play second that night. Our girls will play first that night. We have strong Class 9 guys and girls being inducted. So we hope to see a bunch of former Wildcats up. That'll start at 4 o'clock in our Performing Arts Center. And they can get all that type of information. They just email me at pmarsman@nvps.net. And we'll continue to push that stuff out on our Facebook page.
And that will be the Greenville game, which is the last game of the season for boys basketball. They could be clinching maybe an outright title, maybe a share.
Yeah.
That ball game could really mean something. And it's going to be the second game. The girls will be the first game, correct?
Correct. Yes, that is correct. Yeah, that is our last game. And, hopefully we're playing for a conference championship.
And we'll have both those games for you. Going to do some of the girls' games later on in the year as they play the Grand Rapids Christians and the Greenvilles, and they're competitive against them. Had some close games. We're going to broadcast some of those games.
Beautiful.
Also. So we appreciate you stopping by and giving us a rundown on what's going on in Wildcat territory.
You're welcome, Coach. Appreciate it.
AD Pat Marsman here at Northview does such a fine job. I'm laughing here because the exact same thing just happened to me the other night as I had somebody walk off with my phone. Coach Chalmers caught Pat Marsman stealing phones. I had the exact same thing happen to me 2 nights ago. I was without it for like 2 hours, and someone that I knew had it mistakenly picked it up. But man, it's panic mode when you lose your phone.
I was on him right away.
Exactly.
I saw him grab it, and he was ready to run. Marsman doesn't slow down. He's got stuff to do.
He does here in this festive basketball game here as Greg Wells over here with the pep band. The Northview fight song going on, and we're about ready to get things started here in the second half as both teams back onto the floor. Northview leads it by 11, and a quick turnaround here as less than 24 hours they'll be going against number 10 in the state in Division I, Ann Arbor Hurons at Aquinas College. It'll be the 1:30 game, an afternoon game. So hope to see a lot of you out there in that festive atmosphere. 5 games over there tomorrow and some good ones. Quickly, backdoor cut by Forest Hills Northern as Kyle Brown gets the first 2 points. Nice find by Angok. And Northern draws first blood here in the second half. Cuts it to 26-17.
Yeah, I was surprised we haven't seen more of that from Coach Souls to counter the aggressive defensive play by Northview. Going inside to EJ early as well right there.
That was Cam.
Oh, what's it?
Cam's
I'm done. I'm just going to go Rhines from here on out.
Yeah, you got a good chance of it. EJ with the assist on that one. It is tougher, much tougher this year. You really got to take a close look at who did that. Northern has it up top. Kyle Brown being worked on it by Hatibu. Northview switches out on a lot of things, so they got to guard everybody. Doesn't matter your size. Angok gets inside 2 feet away, thought he had contact, no good. Offensive rebound put back, no good by DeHabra. Northview with the push. E.J. Ryans with the dunk. What? He took off from a ways away.
I did not think he was going to get that home, but he did.
He did. I thought he was going to lay it up high on the glass, and he slams it home with a player by him. Didn't challenge him. But I thought he was just going to go up with the little finger roll. His second legit dunk now. He at the end of the buzzer in that showcase game last Saturday on the win. He had his first real legit dunk. He's had some weak ones in before. But he was pretty excited about that. Now he's got another one. 30-17, Cats lead it by 13. 6:22 left. Angok has it top of the key. Being checked by Jake Johnson. Switch. Atibu switches off, gets the steal. Nice switch by Izzy. Cam in the open court. You know where this is going, to the front of the rim. He can't get it to go. And on the floor, it's a Northern player, so we get a foul on Northview. I believe that's going to be on Jake Johnson. He usually makes his presence known. Another football player, a wide receiver on the football team, did a nice job for the Wildcats, as did tight end Jack Van Proyen. Also, I think played a little linebacker for the Wildcats also. A couple Huskies out here played some football as well. 30-17, 5:55 left in the third quarter. Jake Johnson with almost a steal. It is a steal. Cam on the floor. Cam's rolling around, and we got a scrum. Bunch of players on the floor. Point of jump ball is the call. Arrow goes Northview way. Coach Channa right in front of us liked the call. Got a good crowd here Friday night. Both teams 7 miles apart between these two schools. Won't have this easy drive anymore. They will no longer be in the same conference. Forest Hills Central, Forest Hills Northern, East, no longer. Central and East played more than any other schools in the history of Northview. Those two schools won't be playing them anymore.
It's crazy.
The closest schools, you don't play. Does that make sense to anybody?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't make any sense.
I mean, if you got a huge disparity in population, I get not playing them all the time or being in the same conference, but when they're 7 miles away, what are we doing here? Cam Ryans going to the free throw line as he was fouled by Grandstrom. Free throw is good by Cam. The first one knocks them both down. He's got 12 after the 2 free throws. You know what? I think you are correct with one of those EJ and Cam calls. I think you got one of those right because they got it. Yeah, I think I messed one of those up because we're not adding up with the scoreboard here. So.
All right.
But it is tough this year.
No, I see him in the hallway. I'm not around the team because I'm not coaching right now, but their hairstyle is almost exactly the same now.
Well, last year EJ's was much shorter.
Yes.
And now he's kind of letting it grow a little bit, and they look a lot alike. Northern has the basketball on the low block. Angok got away with a walk. He's still dribbling the basketball. Crossover dribble, spin dribble, gets in the lane. Izzy Hatibu says, 6'9", get that out of here. Swats it away. EJ coast to coast, finger rolls it at the other end. EJ Ryans with 11. His brother with 12. 2 leading scorers in this ball game. Cats have him doubled up, 34-17, and Cam's going to get called for a foul as he was putting some full court pressure on. Coach Channa didn't like it. 34-17, Cam's second personal foul. I thought he had 2 in that first half. They might have got it mixed up with EJ. Who knows? Kyle Brown with the basketball being checked by Brady Swartz. A double pick way up high by the end for Northview. Northview just switches off. Now they're going to trap on it. Got him in trouble. Angok does a nice job coming back to the ball. into the ball game new. Cam Crowder, the freshman, gets it to Angok, no good. E.J. Ryans with the rebound for Northview. Northview on the push. Gets it over to Brady. Brady, baseline, gets bumped. Tyler Fuss with the foul.
I think that's playing into Northview's hands. If you have your 6'9" guy going to dribble pull-ups from about 12 feet, those numbers don't add up in the long run.
We're just trying to find some. I talked with Coach Souls the other day. I saw him at a local restaurant, and he just trying to find some other scores. He thinks he can be one, but a lot of pressure on the sophomore Kyle Brown. They don't get a lot of scoring out of a lot of other people. 3 ball from the left baseline is knocked down by Cam Ryans. His first 3 of the ball game that's made. He's got 15 points, leading scorer in this game.
He got his feet set really well on that out-of-bounds play, and that really sets up your jump shot when you get your feet set.
Cats have ballooned the lead up to 20. Christian Granstrom, the junior, drives in. He's going to get fouled. Said on the ground before his left-handed little layup went in, so they'll get it out of bounds underneath. Northern trouble getting the ball in. Almost a 5-second call. Gets it to Angok. Nice guy you can get it to, 6'9" with long arms. Just throw it up. He'll go get it. DeBaja with the basketball for Northern. Gets it over to Brown. Brown in the lane. Left-hand shot blocked by Cam Ryans. Ball goes out of bounds. They say it's off Northview. So underneath their own basket, a blob play for Northern. Saw the Cats with their walkthrough before the game. Defending these out-of-bounds plays. They know what's coming. Try to get the ball inside. Izzy got around, knocked away by Swartz. Ball's out of bounds. Northern will have it. Sideline out. On the baseline, but way towards the sideline. Tough angle to get the ball in. They do get it to Angok. Angok being checked by Izzy. Brown. Now Izzy switches out on Brown. Crowder, the freshman, with the basketball. Don't see too many freshmen on varsity very often. Nice entry pass by Crowder. She gets the ball inside to Granstrom. Going to get a hold on Brady Swartz, I believe that was.
That's going to be his third.
We got 44. Yes. Number 3.
Brady's third foul. To the free throw line. Christian Granstrom as Northview is over the limit. Granstrom gets his first point of the game. Only the second point in this half by Forest Hills Northern. They had 15 at the half. Now they got 18. Knocks down both free throws, does Granstrom. Kyle Brown with 2 points, Granstrom with 2 points, and we got 5 minutes gone in this third quarter. So only 4 points scored here by Northern. Northview might have got away with the turnover there. A little high dribble by E.J. Ryans, no call. Gets it back to E.J. E.J.'s going to let a 3 fly, nothing but net. Much improved from behind the arc this year. E.J. Ryans knocks it down. He's got 14. E.J. looking like he's going to be tied for the most wins in Northview history as a player, tied with his buddy who he played with for 2 years, Kyler Vanderjack, who plays down at Belmont right now. Shot is up, no good by Crowder. Rebound Wildcats. Brady Swartz, baseline drive, gets all the way to the basket. They're going to say an arm on him. Going to be a foul on Northern. Baja with that foul, trying to cut off Brady Swartz. He's so tough at that baseline drive. He can pull up and stick the 15-footer. He can hit the 3 before he takes off, and he can elevate over you in that lane. Speaking of elevating over, Cam Ryans, not so much elevating over, but just his strong body control, can get shots off in traffic, and he gets fouled.
His footwork is just
phenomenal.
so strong. I mean, he beat that guy because he could get his feet around that defender's leg so quick. and you're dead.
Cam knocks down the free throw. He's got 16, leading scorer in the ball game. His brother EJ right behind him with 14. Leading scorer for the Huskies, Kyle Brown with 10.
Well, big change here now. They're hitting their free throws and they're hitting their threes. So this is going to get out of hand quickly for Northern based on the style of play they like to.
Cam knocks down the next free throw. Big lead, 42-19 right now. As they've outscored them 16-4 in this third quarter, Northview has. Much like the game at Forest Hills Northern a month ago, as tripped up was Kyle Brown, falls to the floor.
That's his fourth. So
Brady Swartz got his feet tangled up with them. Swartz picks up his fourth. And nope, they got someone to the table for him. Got a big ball game tomorrow. See if Coach Chan subs a little bit more freely in this ball game. Less than 24 hours. They got a big one tomorrow, non-league game, but quick turnaround. As we got a little
mix up on the substitution. 2-shot. They can't sub on the first free throw.
So Kyle Brown will be shooting free throws over the limit. Northview knocks down the free throw. Now they can substitute in. Jack Van Proyen comes out of the game. Brady Swartz with his 4 fouls comes out of the game. Brady with 9 points in this ball game. Jack Van Proyen has not scored in this game. Knocks down both free throws does Kyle Brown, the outstanding sophomore from Northern. Going to be hearing a lot about him in the next couple of years. Kind of a 1-3-1. Now they're back into a man defense. Kind of designed it as a half-court zone. Cats almost have them doubled up. 42-21, minute 30 left. There's Anthony Willis from 3. A good, young-looking shooter. Anthony Willis, his first shot of the game, knocks it down. Gets the 3 to go.
That's tough to do. Freshman, your first shot's almost the end of the third quarter to confidence.
And that's as I look over here from three-point shooting. 7 of 15 from behind the arc, almost 50% from behind the arc. That's a high percentage. And like you say, when you're getting 1 a game, 2 a game shots, it's tough to knock them down. In and out. The rim unkind to Christian Granstrom on his first free throw. That went around like 3 times and shot out. As the foul was on Anthony Willis over the limit. Northview misses both free throws, does Granstrom. Cameron Hines, the leading rebounder on Northview's team, gets that rebound. He's still got the ball. He's 4 feet from the basket now. Make it 2 feet layup. Coast to coast, which he does so often. Keeps his dribble alive and just eats you up. 19 for Cam. 50 seconds left in the third quarter. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of subs in this fourth quarter. 26-point lead, which is what Northview beat them by the last time they played at Northern 1 month ago.
It'll be a good opportunity to get these guys a little bit of rest and not play the full game when they got to turn around and play again tomorrow.
Rest and some experience for your youngins.
Yes.
Granstrom got good look from 2 feet, rims it in and out. Northview comes away with the rebound. Jake Johnson had an open 3 if he wanted it. Holds it up. Coach Felix says good decision. He wants to hold for the last shot. EJ dribbling around between the legs. Got 6 seconds left. They'll start to go to the basket now. EJ stops, pops, 3 ball on the way, no good. Ball goes out of bounds, and that's going to do it. After 3, Northview leads it 47-21. A big 26-point lead. Come on back to the fourth quarter. Think we're going to have some different players in the ball game here soon. LVC Financial. Call former Northview grad Ryan Vanderswart and his team at LVZ Financial at 616-394-4994 for all your financial planning needs. LVZ has a hometown atmosphere with the horsepower of a larger firm. Call Ryan for his 25 years of experience or his team today for all your financial planning needs at 616-394-4994. And thank you for your support of Northview Athletics. Cats lead at 47-21. Wonder your thoughts on this, because I've been a little bit critical on here, not too much to be critical about with Coach Chan. He does such a good job, but I think he's got a little paranoia of a team coming back, getting a little run, because he was up 24-25 earlier in the year. I think it was Lowell, 2:50 left on the clock. He's still got his starters out there. I think he's got a little paranoia of someone going on a run.
It's tough, you know. You got to figure out kind of blended lineups that you can use for, early part of the quarter. Get some guys in there, get them comfortable with the game. Don't sub everybody all out at once, but
if there's ever a time to do some substituting with the quick turnaround tomorrow against a state-rated team, and you got 7 games coming up in 14 days, you want to get these guys some fresh legs. And couple missed shots by Northern. Northview comes down the other way. Van Proyen with the miss. Cam Ryans with the miss. And away, Brady Swartz with the rebound. He got fouled. And that's going to be on Peyton Pasco. Northview's going to have the basketball. Into the lineup, Tyler Fuss for Northern. Also Lutkenhoff. Nate Lutkenhoff, the senior, enters the ball game. So only one starter in the ball game right now, and that's Angok for Northern. Wildcats, E.J. Ryans has it, 7:30 left. He's got it way back by the end at Northview. Cam Ryans has it, gets it Parker Swartz. Parker 3-ball from deep, straight on, no good. And we got an out of bounds. Good pressure by Brady Swartz as Northern steps out of bounds, turning the ball over Nate Lutkenhoff, and Northview will have it. Sideline out right in front of us, right in front of the Northview bench. You be able to make the game tomorrow, or you got swim meets and?
Yeah, swim meet. We swim team's going to be going out to DeWitt for a big meet.
E.J. Ryans with the miss. So swimmers, girls had a really good season. Boys having a good season too?
Yes, swimming well. They lost one duel with Byron Center, has a really deep swim program right now. But they've been swimming well. It's been fun to watch.
Izzy Atibo with the foul, his second, team's first in the fourth quarter, going to the free throw line. Joey Angok for Northern. He's got 5 points, has not scored here in the second half. Knocks down the free throw. Does Joey. Big 6'9" junior. He'll be back next year for Northern.
Put that on the list of things I never thought I'd talk about is a swim meet on a basketball broadcast as a former basketball coach. But hey,
who'd have thunk it?
No.
Angok knocks them both down. He's got 7. Cam Ryans, coast, gets it quickly. Quick bucket for Northview. They're so good at getting that ball up quickly. They score a lot of 2-foot buckets by this transition defense. It's going to be an offensive foul call. I don't know about that.
Coach Souls is going to lose his patience with this crew really quick because there was a lot of contact when his guard was bringing the ball up the court, and then get an off-ball offensive foul.
Nate Lutkenhoff. Yeah, that'll drive you nuts as a coach. And
they're already asking him to
about ready to get teed up.
Settle
put
down.
The seatbelt on. It's meaningless, but you want to fight for your kids, you know. And if you think you're getting a raw deal, good coach will fight for their kids.
Yeah.
Don't want the kids mouthing off and doing it. You got to take over and do it. Northview has the basketball. Brady Swartz, baseline drive, scores it. Getting a lot of easy buckets now. The Wildcats are getting close to the basket just off dribble penetration. 11 now for Brady. His first 2 points in the second half. So he had 9 at halftime. In, out, back in again. Pasco. Peyton gets the bucket from 2 feet out. 51-25. 6 minutes left in this ball game. Glad you could join us. Trevor Chalmers joining us. Going to do a few more games for me hopefully this year.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Christian game.
Grand Rapids Christian, we got some big games coming up. Next couple of weeks, the championship will all be decided with some big games. E.J. Ryans gets fouled before he can get to the basket. I think we tried to get you for a Forest Hill Central game I was going to do because you used to be a teacher coach at Forest Hill Central. I used to coach at Forest Hill Central.
Yeah, that's one of the swim meet conflicts for me. A big meet against East Grand Rapids. Just a different sport, same rivalry.
That was a surprising score. I was down to Marco, and Northview played at Forest Hill Central and just handled them. Brady Swart stops and pops from deep. Not a three, but about an 18-footer, knocks it down. He's got 14.
Basket by number 44, Cam Crowder.
Freshman, I think you said, with a nice little pull-up in the paint for Forest Hills Northern, number 44.
Crowder knocks it down.
What's the furthest away you've had someone say they heard a broadcast?
Zimbabwe, Africa. Seriously.
No kidding.
Yeah, related to a player from like 2 years ago's team.
Nice. I got a message from a former player of yours a little earlier in the game. Want to make sure we keep the pep band around. Ryan Armstrong.
Oh, there we go. Ryan comes and watches most of the game. Mark over there across the way. His brother Mark's son plays for the Wildcats.
Yeah. Ryan's down in
Alex,
Mexico.
Is he? Having fun.
Bring some of that weather back.
3 ball. That's Crowder getting it going. He's got 5 quick points for Northern.
The old 2 for you, 3 for me days, if I remember correctly, after I graduated. I didn't shoot well enough to earn that T-shirt.
3 ball on the way by EJ, knocks it down. Cam with the assist. Got 17 points in this ball game. Cam with 21, Brady with 15. 3 leading scores as they usually are for Northview. Angok stops and pops from the left. L 15 feet, just short, no good. Cam with the rebound. He's got a bunch of rebounds in this ball game. He might have a double-double. There's an assist also, Cam Ryans, to Izzy Hatibu. Hatibu with 4 points. 60-30. Cats got him doubled up. We got a lot of people at the scorer's table with 3:26 left. A new 5 in here for Northview, and we'll get all those names for you as Cam, Jack, Izzy, EJ, and Brady, the starters coming out, resting those legs for the big game at 1:30 tomorrow. Quick turnaround. And into the ball game for the Wildcats, going to be Alex Armstrong, Julian Charity, Elliot Buchan, Mason Good, Jaden Van Stensel, Ty Thomas. Now, obviously, all those people aren't in here right now, but they'll be getting in here. So it is going to be Anthony Willis for Northview. Also, Alex Armstrong, the senior. Jake Johnson out here, who gets quite a bit of playing time for Northview. Van Stensel, the sophomore, that's Jaden, is out there. As well as Elliot Buchan, the junior, for the Wildcats. We'll get some of these new players for Forest Hills Northern names in here for you. Andrew Fox, I see a new player just into the ball game for the Huskies. Just over 3 minutes left. Looking to check in for Northview. Brady Becker, a junior, going to be getting in here, most likely for Anthony Willis or Jake Johnson, one of those two, probably Jake. Shot is up and no good, but he got fouled. Going to the line will be Andrew Fox for Forest Hills Northern. Alex Armstrong making his presence known, getting the foul. Mark Armstrong, former player of mine's son. No good by Fox on the first free throw.
Number 4, Brady Becker.
Becker into the ball game. Jake Johnson out. Be needing him tomorrow, Jake Johnson. One of the first subs off the bench for Northview. Both free throws missed by Fox. Rebound put back, though, by Northern as Pasco gets the rebound put back. He's got 4 points. Anthony Willis, little arm bar as he stopped, and a little flop by Northern gets the call. Turnover by the Wildcats, offensive foul. 2:54 left in this one. We'll have a quick recap of this ball game for you. So come on back after a quick commercial, the LVZ Financial post-game show. Thank you, Ryan Vanderswart. The Josh Heating Cooling Player of the Game will call. Nice pass inside, and Grantstrom scores it. He's got 4 points. A little over 2:30 left. Anthony Willis, a freshman. Going to get called for a travel. Got caught in traffic a little bit, looking for someone to pass to.
Come on, Brady, get a stop.
2:30 left in this one. All Northview in this second half. This is a 1-point game after the first quarter, 11-point game at the half.
Good. Come on, Elliot.
A little bit like that Wisconsin-Nebraska last night. Did you happen to see that game?
No, I did not.
Wisconsin's up 19 at half, and they lost. Sixth-rated team in the nation. It's not like, a team doesn't. I mean, that was an incredible comeback. That's tough at Nebraska.
Oh.
Tough to win there. They're mad at their football team, and the basketball fans take it out on opposing fans. They get loud. 60-34, Northern has it. Blob underneath. They just get the ball in. Now they try to get it inside. And they do get it to Christian Grantham. He gets fouled, so he'll go. What was that call?
They called it on in the post. Said he was, I guess, a hook or a hold.
Okay,
the signal was, on the
offensive foul on Grantham. Couldn't quite see that one, but Northern will take it. Nice drive to the basket. Brady Becker with a bucket here, and the crowd goes crazy, the student section, as they see the reserves getting some minutes. Northview's had a lot of close games and tough competition. Sometimes they don't get a lot of playing time. Van Stensel with the finish. Nice pass, I believe it was Brady Becker. Van Stensel with 2. And we get a timeout. Coach Joe Souls with 1:22 calls a timeout. 30-point lead, 64-34. Coach Souls going to coach up his reserves over there. Entering the game, number 12, Nate Luttenkoff. And this one's all but over here, 64-34. We'll take a quick timeout after this. We'll come back and we'll recap this ball game for you. Get Coach Chalmers' final comments, and he'll be back on air again with me. Grand Rapids Christian game here at Northview he'll be doing. Mike Kaputska on the other side of me here might be doing the Grand Rapids Christian game. I'm sure you've heard they've moved that game to Kelvin College to accommodate more fans. The Quest Center can hold quite a few, I thought. That's a big arena. Yeah. Expecting a big crowd. Northview going to keep it right here. Yeah. That's a big advantage in my opinion. Neutral court and then a home court. They'll take it.
Definitely. Yeah, that's a unique decision, but to each their own. I'd want to be in front of my fans and on my court.
Exactly. Elliot Buchan with the foul going to the free throw line, where he's been quite a bit here in the second half. Christian Granstrom, the junior for Northern. Called that on Buchan. Check that. Northview's Elliot Buchan got that foul. Missed free throw by Granstrom. To a 5 at the line. Make it 3 of 6 now as he knocks down. He's got 5 points. Tied for third leading scorer for Forest Hills Northern is Granstrom. Anthony Willis behind the back dribble, coughs it up. Away with it, but there's Van Stensel for Northview, the sophomore. Oh, Curly Neal himself, between the legs. Oh, he's going to end up coughing it up. Should have gave it up. Nice fat pass all the way, length of the court. Fox with the bucket. I didn't see who made that sweet pass. Might have been Crowder. That was a beauty. Turnover Wildcats. Quickly the other way. Northern misses the layup as Jacob Tuttle couldn't get it to go, but right there to get the rebound, Lutkenhoff. And because of his hustle, he gets fouled. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Julian wanting to get into the basketball game. Coaching staff having a little powwow over here. Should we, shouldn't we? Give 5 quarters of basketball, if I understand it correctly, in a week. And who polices that, I want to know. Honor system? Nate Lutkenhoff knocks it down. Lutkenhoff drills them both. He's got 2 points. 64-39, pretty much same scores at third place. Alex Armstrong's going to travel with the basketball.
Yeah, you did.
That looks to the coach. Coach Felix said, yep, you did. It was an obvious one. 25 seconds left in this one. Northern has the basketball. Big ball game tomorrow. We'll have for you. Be on air at 1:10 tomorrow. Me and Coach Roloff, the coach at Northview. Shot missed. Rebounded back up. Granstrom got fouled. He'll be back to the free throw line. He's doing a nice job as Granstrom, Christian, the junior, getting to that free throw line. 12 seconds left in this one.
Box out.
Hits every inch of the rim. Knocks it down. 4 of 7 at the line for Christian. Make it 4 of 8 as he misses that one. Put back up and in. Fox with the putback for Northern. 64-42, 3-ball, got it! Top of the key. Elliott Buchan knocks down the 3 as Brady Swartz runs out there, very excited for the young man. And that's going to do it here from Northview. 67-42, a 25-point win by Northview. They beat them the first game 64-38, 26. A very similar game here as both games Northview pulls away in the second half. We'll be right back to the postgame show here, the LVZ Financial postgame show. LVC Financial. Call former Northview grad Ryan Vanderswart and his team at LVZ Financial at 616-394-4994 for all your financial planning needs. LVZ has a hometown atmosphere with the horsepower of a larger firm. Call Ryan for his 25 years of experience or his team today for all your financial planning needs at 616-394-4994. And thank you for your support of Northview Athletics. And we are back here at Northview as we have with us the Ryans brothers. We have Cam and EJ. And Cam, you got to defer to the older brother here because he's got a special thing that happened to him today. With the win, EJ Ryans ties Kyler Vanderjack with 64 wins as a varsity basketball player. As you played as a freshman, as did Kyler. You played 2 years with him. First 2 years, you guys have the same record. So, but you have more, are tied with wins with him. In tomorrow's game, you can have most wins of any player in Northview history. Your thoughts about that?
I mean, it just feels great knowing that, I'm being a part of that. I think it's not just me, though. It's just my teammates. I can't do that by myself. It's a team thing. Basketball's a team sport. So without my brother over here, the guys on the court, without all of them, I couldn't have done this. So I really appreciate them.
So the Ryans brothers, the 2 leading scorers. Cam, you finished with 21. EJ with 17. Talk about this game against Forest Hills Northern. It was close early on, and you pulled away.
Yeah, we knew they were going to get their best shot.
they're a great shooting team. They're a great, well-coached team. They're very good at transition and defense. So we knew we were going to have to come out here hard. We couldn't let up no threes because, that's how teams that, who aren't on our level, stay in the game with us. So we had to make sure we took that away from them and stop middle drives.
So, EJ, you got some reserves that got in the game. You get up some 20 points and you get some reserves in. Talk about some of the players who a lot of the fans don't get a chance to see because you guys play such a tough schedule, a lot of close games. You can't go 15 deep in close games. Who are some players that really help you guys you play against them more than you against your opponents. Talk about some of these other players that help you guys out in practice.
I think definitely like Jaden Van Stansel and Brady Becker. Those two of the toughest kids on our team. We get into fights with them a lot during practice, so I think that definitely helps us on the toughness point of our game, And I think Alice Armstrong, being one of the smartest kids on the team, being a leader on the other group, helping the scout team with us, scout for the other team. I think that's one of the reasons why we're really good. Just getting those looks in practice with those guys, and that just really helps us.
So both you guys would not be easy to guard in practice. Cam, who's one of the toughest players that guards you that's on your team here in practices?
I have to say one of the 10th graders, Tyrus Thomas. He's in my head. He talks to me a lot. He fouls the crap out of me. Barely lets me get any layups. So that helps me in game when, sometimes I drive, I don't get a call, but I still got to finish to the contact. I think him and I'll say on a defensive standpoint is Jaden Van Stansel because he's really fast. As you see, my on-ball defense improved a little bit. I like to thank that to him because he's a really fast player. He's good getting to the basket, so he helps me a lot with my lateral quickness.
All right, well, I'll let you guys go. Get off your feet, rest up. A big one tomorrow. Yeah. 7 games in 14 days coming up here, so get a lot of rest, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you. Go Cats.
EJ and Cam Ryans. And now we got head coach David Channa. And we can also get Coach Chalmers on the headset there.
Make sure Coach Chalmers is ready for this one.
So, Coach Chalmers, how were the out-of-bounds plays today?
They'd have been much better if he was sitting a seat over.
They're good. Solid.
I'm going to get a text in about an hour. Right? Hey, listen, here, jerk. The truth will come out.
All right, well, the big thing, first of all, EJ, 64 wins, ties Kyler Vanderjack. You coached them both. That's awesome.
It's absolutely amazing. I thought it was special to have Cam here with him, too, because Cam tells him, hey, you can hold that record for a little bit, but I'm coming for it. So, to speak of EJ, Coach Chalmers knows. I know you know Coach Diebold. He's just a special person. He's a special kid. I think about the success that we've had, and we've had great coaches with Coach Chalmers and Coach Anima and the guys that have been around him. But EJ's been running the show for the last few years. Let's just be honest here. And it's just because his attention to detail, his willingness to put in the extra work, not just on the court but in film as well. And outside of that, you couldn't ask for a better representative of Northview. High academic student. He's what we want our school to be about. So I'm super proud of him. I'm fortunate, like Coach Chalmers is fortunate that we get to be around him. We got a chance to know him. So it's been pretty cool to watch.
And then you deserve some accolades. You got a special thing. I didn't bring it up to you, but in your short 5 years here, I coached 5 years at Northview. You have now tied me, 77 wins. And you're going to have that broken in your 5-year stint here because you got 10 more at least games to go here at Northview. Third all-time in Northview history in this storied program. You're third in wins now.
Are we all chasing this cat right here? Is that who?
Chalmers is second, and Mike Kaputska on the other side of me here.
Look at this.
You got a ways to go.
Coach has got
coached 15 years or so.
Is it
so you
4
got a ways
digits?
to go.
What's he at? In the 4 digits?
153, I think it is.
Cow. I don't know if I'll make it that long.
There you go. But let's this one's done. Let's look ahead a little bit tomorrow and just on what you tell your kids to get ready for these quick turnaround showcase games. You got a quick one, less than 12 hours.
We'll come in tomorrow at 10 and do our scout. Bus leaves at noon, so we got 2 hours to shoot, watch some film, and kind of get locked in for the basketball game. But these are real hard turnarounds. Same for them. Our whole thing is going to be let's go fight them. We're going to come after them. We're going to get up and go and see what happens in the end.
And then win or lose, you got 7 games in the next 2 weeks, 7 games in 14 days. Win or lose tomorrow, it's championship week early in these next 10 days. It's pretty much who's going to win the OK White. So you got to win or lose, keep them focused for that, because that's the important part.
There's a couple games out there our kids are definitely getting ready for. So
we won't say.
We won't say. Let's handle tomorrow.
All right, Coach, keep it rolling. Thanks for stopping by.
Talk this guy into coming back for me.
Will do.
All right, I'll see you. Bye.
That was Coach Channa, and so hard to do. I know you would like to continue with basketball, but I understand the dad thing, and good for you for putting kind of what you want to do maybe and putting it aside for the love of your kids. It's the way it should be. It's called parenting. Go ahead. Maybe it was
got me
there
now.
We go. Now we got you.
It's I was ready for it. I just want to be around my kids while they're competing.
Absolutely.
Like I kind of joke about it, being a basketball coach and then have my kids fall into the swimming program. But the swimming program, has great guys too. We're just really blessed here at Northview to have quality athletes engaged in a lot of different activities, and so it's fun. I enjoyed it being right here close to the staff again, ready to kind of give them my thoughts as the game's going on, and it's but it is what it is.
Yep. And I like the seats. To watch basketball.
Yeah. When you ask me, you want the Christian game? Sure.
Some great seats right here at midcourt, right next to the benches. It's fun to watch. And when you watch basketball at floor level, even high school basketball, as compared to upperways, it's just totally different. You can just get the feel for the speed and hear the comments and the little jawing back and forth. It's you're in the game. It's so nice. Well, final thoughts here, maybe looking ahead a little bit, not just the game tomorrow, but as we mentioned, some big games coming up for the Wildcats. It's a nervous time for coaches these next 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think Coach Channa alluded to it. He's got E.J. Ryans, and he's not going to let his teammates stray in their thought process. And Cam's just wired different. He's just going to compete. Doesn't matter who it is, and he gets frustrated, but he'll be ready whatever happens tomorrow to turn around and compete in those league games as they come.
All right. Well, I appreciate your efforts, and we'll do it again at Grand Rapids Christian, maybe more.
Yep, perfect. Thank you.
All right, appreciate it. That's Trevor Chalmers right there. Let's go over the individual scoring in this ball game. First of all, for the Forest Hills Northern Huskies, had Cam Crowder with 5, Peyton Pascal with 4, Andrew Fox with 4, Christian Grandstrom with 6, Joey Angok with 7, Nate Lutkenhoff with 2, Moody DeHabra, a couple missed free throws, did not score. Kyle Brown, high point man for the Huskies, with 12 points. Northview led 13-12 after the first quarter, one up by 11 at half, 26-15, up by 26 after 3, 47-21. A lot of reserves saw some action in the last 3.5 minutes of this game, and got outscored, Northview did, in that final stanza and Northview wins it by 25, 67-42, as they got outscored by 1 point in that fourth quarter. Northview individual scoring, Jaden Van Stensel with 2, Elliot Buchan knocking down a big 3-ball late in the game with 3. Izzy Hatibu with 4. Brady Becker with 2 points. Anthony Willis with 3. And then the main 3 leading scorers, Brady Swartz with 15. E.J. Ryans with 17. And leading scorer for Northview, leading scorer in the ball game, Cam Ryans, the sophomore, with 21, right about at his average of 20 points per game. So Northview wins it 67-42. The Josh Heating and Cooling player of the game. We're going to give it to E.J. Ryans, becoming tied with Kyler Vanderjack as the winningest player in Northview history. 64 wins in his almost 4 years. Started as a freshman. You can count on one hand in Northview history how many freshmen have played basketball, on the varsity, let alone, starting as freshmen. That's doesn't happen very often. And I think one thing that's unique here, what happened this week, is Brady Swartz getting an offer from Grand Valley one day, and I think later on the same day, Western Michigan. Could very well be E.J. Ryans and Brady Swartz playing at Western Michigan University. How cool would that be?
That'd be amazing. That'd be good stuff to see. I mean, that's kind of special. Even with Cam, I think they had interest in Cam as well, and so that's really cool. I know those guys really like Dwayne Stevens as a coach and his staff down there in Kalamazoo, and so that's real impressive. Happy for Brady.
I want to say Dwayne Stevens, wasn't he at U of M as an assistant at one time when he was looking at Kyler Vanderjack when he was like a freshman? I'm not sure.
That
was Washington.
Yeah, Dwayne Stevens, he's a Spartan.
Okay, that wouldn't be then.
No.
That wouldn't be. Those two schools not quite on the same page there.
No.
All right, I think it was Dwayne Washington that might have been I remember, with Vanderjack. All right, well, appreciate your thoughts again. And with the win, Northview goes to 12-1. They'll quick turnaround play again tomorrow. Forest Hills Northern goes to 6-8. Northern's next game is tomorrow versus Portage Central. They play tomorrow also at Loy Norix High School for a showcase game. And then it's at rival Forest Hill Central on Tuesday. I'd like to thank AD Pat Marsman for not only just coming on at halftime here, but for his ability to get these games broadcast for me, along with Steve Nichols, who helps out with these broadcasts. I appreciate that as well. Our next broadcast will be tomorrow versus Ann Arbor Huron at Aquinas College, another showcase game. Rob Roloff will be my guest analyst for that game. Pre-game show airs 1:15 p.m. Look for the link on the Northview Wildcats broadcast Facebook page and on my Twitter feed at Mike Diebold 5. So from Northview High School, it's Mike Diebold along with Trevor Chalmers. Thank you for listening to Northview Basketball on Northview Wildcats broadcast YouTube channel. Once again, the final score here tonight, Northview 67, Forest Hills Northern 42. For everyone listening in tonight, hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Have a great evening. Stay safe and healthy. We'll see you tomorrow at Aquinas versus Ann Arbor Huron. 1:10 approximate pregame show. So long, everybody. And as always, go Wildcats.